over the World Finals of CRL that just went down this weekend. I want to show you the grand finals between Mugi, who had 2 shots at beating Mohamed Light in a best of 3 to walk away with $200,000. Now, Mugi, Ruben, Mohamed Light, Morton, there's a small kind of list of names that most players would say when we're talking about the most skilled player in the world. Really, any given day, you know, in the arena, given matchups and everything else that this game can throw at you, there's probably a handful of about 15, 20 players in the game who could be running in contention of this title, but it's very apropos that it came down to Mugi and Mohamed Light. Really 2 of the best, along with those other few names that I mentioned at the top of the video. So it all came down to this, right? And again, this is a battle picture, a Clash Royale match where $100,000 is on the line, meaning again that second place would get a $100,000 swing to first place. So this is match number 1 here, guys. Mugi obviously at the top of your screen, Mohamed Light there at the bottom. You can only imagine how much pressure is on these players right now. I want to show you the decks they use because I think A, they're very interesting, and B, I think that these decks use some not off meta cards, but really cool collection of cards that you don't see that often inside, you know, top ladder or even mid ladder. So giving you guys some options. And one card we did see a lot of is Zappies, man. Zappies, we've talked about it for a while here. They can put shutdown, lockdown defense really at any time, just splitting Zappies for only 4 elixir. So not a bad card at all. I've always been a fan of Zappies. You can see Mohamed Light's deck here. It's very interesting. We shared a deck very similar to this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, but man, look at the I mean, they're not showing it right now, but think of the pressure on these guys. Think about it. Insane. I have to say, by the way, I'm just gonna cop to it, I didn't watch much of CRL this year. Really losing the team aspect of it, it took me a while longer to actually start to get into things. So it wasn't until the finals that I started to really get into it again. And I have to say, guys, you know, at first I was a little bit of a hater, you know, no team format, that sucks, which I still miss it, and I miss King of the Hill, and I miss even 2v2, as weird as that is, because I never really liked it. But now, I must say that I really got into it in the grand finals. I do want to give a big shout out to Andrew Guy, Rich Slayton, to Eric, and to Akrap, because I thought that the English commentators did a fantastic job really painting a beautiful picture of what was going on and adding a lot of context. I really love seeing Akrap and seeing Eric there added in the World Finals. It was tremendous. They helped out, of course, all year long, but just, you know, watching more in the finals myself, it was fantastic. And, you know, oftentimes the host and the casters, excuse me, and they don't get enough credit in my mind. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased from my glory days doing a little bit of casting. They've obviously moved on to higher talent, which is great. Higher talent caliber, that is. So Arrows comes down from Mohamed Light. Love to see Arrows in his deck versus this matchup, right? Mugi coming out with the Valkyrie, the Fire Spirit Guards combination with the Tesla and the Goblin Drill. It'll be interesting to see how strong decks like this are after that Tesla nerf. The rest of the deck, though, aside from the Fire Spirit, didn't really get touched much during the balance changes. So here comes that Goblin Drill to the left-hand side, and Mohamed Light really ready there with the defense. He has arrows, he has plenty of responses. So Mega Knight Musketeer was his last card here. Mega Knight Musketeer, Prince, Arrow, Zappy, Zap, Minor Wall Breakers. Very interesting Minor Wall Breakers deck for Mohamed Light. And on the opposite side, we don't even know what the last card yet is of Mugi. Is it Lightning? We don't know. A lot of these players hedging with Lightning and even faster cycle decks in the World Finals, just in case they're going against Archer Queen, which seem to be pretty much everywhere inside the finals. Most players having at least one Archer Queen or Golden Knight deck in their repertoire. So here we go. It's going to be a Charging Prince in the right-hand lane, stopping those wall breakers, and a Musketeer solo left, setting up with another Tesla. We're trying to preemptively prepare for that Tesla with the Zappies. Tesla down, wall breakers left, Minor right. But that bomber is Johnny on the spot, stays alive too. Musketeer goes down. But hey, a damage lead, excuse me, a pretty nice one, pretty healthy one here for Mohamed Light. So there it goes. Tower finishes off those wall breakers. Musketeer, nice positioning by Mohamed Light, playing this one truly perfectly. Another thing I love about these players are Mohamed Light, such a class act, man. He's just one of the coolest, most genuine, down-to-earth, friendly pros out there in the entire scene. So you love seeing good people do well. Mugi, obviously, I don't speak Japanese, but from everything I hear, he's the same way. He's one of the most, if not the most, just sheer popularity, sheer following. The Japanese fan base, incredible in this game. Probably the strongest out there, maybe alongside with Germany in Spanish, but certainly right up there. You can make the case it's the #1 fan base. They're really, really supportive of the scene, esports and competitive Clash Royale in general. So here we go, guys. Back to the match here. Miner hammering away at that right-hand tower. Arrows come down, and you can see with only 13-12, make it 10 seconds remaining here. It's going to be a victory here for Mohamed Light. So all Mo needs is one more win here to push it to the final best of 3. So Mugi's back a little bit, inching towards that wall. Let's come in to match number 2. All right, guys, match number 2 underway here. We got Mugi again at the top of your screen, Mohamed Light at the bottom. Wait till you see, well, I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but check out the decks being used here. In this match and maybe the next one here. So was really surprised at the deck choices at the end. So here we go. It's going to be a golden knight coming down for Mohamed Light. Archer Queen, both champions being used. As we talked about, a lot of Archer Queen and golden knight decks being seen here in the finals for good reason. They're so incredibly strong. The golden knight, he's so unpredictable with his special ability, isn't he, guys? That's the one thing about him. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You never know what you're going to get when he uses his special ability. So here comes that Goblin Brawler. Cage receiving a nerf, not the Brawler himself, though. So here we go. Again, the pressure, man. I was in a few live competitions, but just being live anyway, even though they're at their homes, obviously, just being live already carries a certain amount of weight, of anxiety, pressure, whatever, stress in the moment. But adding the gravity of what's on the line here, I can only imagine in a 1v1 tournament, just straight up best of 3, right? So here we go. P.E.K.K.A is going to be kind of slowly lumber her way into, again, the Archer Queen after she utilizes her ability. Man, the P.E.K.K.A does finish off that Fisherman, which was clutch. Mother Witch going to get a little bit of damage here thanks to that Cursed Hog on the right-hand tower and getting into a very early damage advantage here with only 15 seconds remaining until double elixir time. So here we go. It's going to be that Archer Queen Royal Giant deck, obviously being played here by Mugi. Mohamed Light can't feel that bad with the matchup. He does have P.E.K.K.A, but this deck has a decisively fast cycle that he's going against here, right? It's actually, when you get to double elixir time, you can make an argument that Mugi actually has matchup advantage in this matchup because, again, it's so fast. So a nice lightning comes down there, but it does not finish off that Archer Queen. And again, the Golden Knight will be disposed of by the tower. Archer Queen assisting from her little perch there. And a Bar Barrel comes down. Royal Ghost comes down, but that's going to be, even with the E-Wiz, Royal Giant's going to get some guaranteed damage. Make it 1, 2, maybe even 3 hits here on the left-hand tower. You guys see what I'm saying here in double elixir time. Mugi can definitely get around that P.E.K.K.A, right? So let's see what he does here. Obviously, P.E.K.K.A is in hand with a lot of elixir for Mugi, but he goes right back in with another Royal Giant, trying to force out some elixir from Mohamed Light. He goes in with a Ram Rider here, just to kind of snare, and is doing a good job of doing so. No damage from that ensnared Ram Rider. However, he does pull off Mugi, that is, a King Tower activation vis-a-vis the Fisherman. So here we go again. Archer Queen right in the center there. Poison does come down against the Mother Witch. Royal Ghost going to intercept that Archer Queen. Just kind of in the nick of time. Really forcing out so much elixir just to respond to that Archer Queen, right? Man, oh man. Here we go. It's going to be a Ram Rider in the right-hand lane. That was cringe. And Ram Rider does not connect thanks to that last-second log by Mugi. Here we go. It's going to be another Brawler. Kind of reloading here. Not much action in this one in, regular, traditional time. In sudden death overtime, things are going to get a lot crazier here. So, here we go. It's going to be a Royal Ghost and a Fisherman meeting at the bridge. Golden Knight comes down again, so does the Poison immediately as that Mother Witch is placed down by Mugi. Mugi being pretty cautious with his Royal Giant. Of course, he does recognize again that P.E.K.K.A is in hand. What is he going to do? Let's see. He's going to take the Lightning Value where he can get it. He's recognizing here we're approaching triple elixir time. I'm going to need to get some damage. So here we go. It's going to be a Cage placed down. That's not going to pull the Royal Ghost. P.E.K.K.A is placed by Mohamed Light. Let's see how we can stop him. Arrow, I mean, that was a nice lightning doing damage to the P.E.K.K.A, taking out, what was it, Ewiz, Mother Witch, Ewiz. Bar Barrel comes down, Log comes down. Man, Archer Queen on the defensive end, guys. You see it putting in work? That was really some pretty crazy stuff. Here we go again. I feel like this matchup is illustrating the power, if anything, just of the Archer Queen, right? And Fisherman to that extent too. Fisherman helping out as well. But with that last Lightning Royal Giant attack, guys, that's going to be it, man. GG's. 15 seconds remaining, and this is going to tie things up 1-1 right now. So this next match could be $100,000 on the line. Winner takes a 200K. Lightning comes down from Mugi. Mohamed Light takes a deep breath, man. He knows what is at stake here. It's do or die for Mohamed Light in this next match. Stay tuned. All right, guys, good luck. Exchange by both players. Here we go. You can see the overall record here, too. We have Mugi, 83 in 40, 67% win rate. You see Mohamed Light, though, I'm in the way, but 143 in 50 losses. That's a 74% win rate. So both these players boasting incredible stats, but there it is. The surprise bowler comes down from Mugi. Definitely not what Mohamed Light was expecting. You can't think. He goes ahead and supports that mortar with the Archer Queen, does get that mortar connection, but interesting that Mugi goes with the Anaban Balloon Freeze deck here. You guys can already see, and well, I just said it, cat's out of the bag. But Mohamed Light right now, he must know that Freeze is a very high likelihood could be in this deck. What have we been saying here on the channel for 5 years now, guys? For 5 years, seriously. We've been talking about that Freeze can take bad players and make them beat good players on an anecdotal match. You know, more often than not, the good player is still going to win. But that surprise factor, all it takes is one Freeze, and that can be the difference between $100,000 in this case. So I'm setting you guys up. I'm foreshadowing a little bit for you guys. Mugi, Balloon Freeze are his last two cards. Mohamed Light has to be very, very careful with specifically the mortar, making sure that he's pulling and making sure that he's Johnny on the spot, being ready for that freeze coming down from Mugi. So here comes the Lumberjack, probably prepping for a balloon push, and immediately that balloon does come down. Bar Barrel comes down as well. Look at how close that mortar is to the tower here, guys, with 1 minute remaining. And when that Archer Queen comes down, immediately Mugi does not mess around. Goes with the what is that card? Freeze, Ash! Goes with a freeze, takes the tower down. You can see it in Mohamed Light's body language right now. What is going through his head? It's honestly a little painful, isn't it? Because he just worked so hard all year, and, you know, one of the best players in terms of the favorites of many players going into this entire thing. Obviously, nothing wrong with second place at all, but it all comes down to a freeze. The whole CRL came down to a balloon freeze, and Mohamed Light absolutely devastated here. But Mugi does take down first place. And again, that is going to be $200,000 to Mugi. Now the best player in Clash Royale, at least according to CRL World Finals. Mugi with the fist pump here. He's stabbing now. I think he's dancing. And now fist pumping again. So Mugi seems pretty excited. Pretty excited here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the entire scoreboard here in just a moment. Really amazing to see. Both of these players are... It was just so cool to see these players. There he goes, getting excited at the end. Oh, look at this. Look at this, guys. They put him on the Supercell headquarters. Isn't that so cool? The image of Mugi being the world champion on the side of Supercell headquarters in Helsinki, Finland. There it goes. How wild is that, guys? How wild is that? So cool to see. World champion Mugi. And you can see again taking his prize pool of $200,000. What would you guys buy if you won $200,000 playing Clash Royale. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out a link for the entire World Finals broadcast, and of course, check out the Twitter information for both Mugi and Mohamed Light. I'll include it in the show notes below, as well as our amazing casters. You can see Rich and Andrew on the screen right now. So guys, big shout out to GFUEL, to Stutts Royale, to CRL. Again, I'll link their YouTube channel in the description below, along with their Twitter. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and as always, take care, guys.